Hello there. In addition to being in a current golden age of feature animation, the world of television animation has also returned to that well of creator-driven series that made the 90s such a nostalgic and beloved time for all of us. If ever there was a Mon series that truly blossoms with creativity, is also filled to the brim with depth and dimensionality, that show is Adventure Time. Created by Pendleton Ward, here's a series brimming with imagination and a whole lot more. Now, admittedly, the first time I watched Adventure Time, I wondered what drugs Cartoon Network had given the writers and character designers. Then, after a while, as I started to delve further into this world, I started to fully understand it. The series takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where people and animals have evolved into strange beings. The only human thought to be left is Finn, who, along with his best friend, Jake the dog, goes on many adventures in order to help the kingdom and its inhabitants. Along the way, we, the audience, find out more and more about this land as Ward peels back layer upon layer and reveals the history. For me, that's a large part of the appeal of the show. What starts off as being an animated depiction of a child's imagination gone awry ends up as a multifaceted world affected by an event known as the Mushroom Wars. In fact, the very first image we see on the show provides our first peek into why the world of Adventure Time is the way it is. The Land of Ooo is constantly evolving, and it even comes down to the characters and how they're frequently developed as the series goes on. In a unique move for an animated series, a child actor was hired to voice Flynn, and though Jeremy Shada is getting older and his voice is deepening, the creators have not recast him since Finn himself ages through each season. That's clever on their part, and it helps in making Finn not simply the same character through the entirety of Adventure Time's run. Like any young teen, he's maturing and seeing more of the world has to offer in his responsibilities. His relationship with Princess Bubblegum is also sweetly handled, but again, Finn evolves and he's currently together with Flame Princess. An even bigger case of how the characters are continually evolving and multidimensional is the Ice King. While on the surface he seems like your typical villain who wants to kidnap princesses and defeat Finn and Jake, there's a whole lot more to him, and he's continually revealed to be not that bad of a person. Despite constantly using his freezing powers, the Ice King never wishes to kill anybody, and he's actually quite lonely, with mostly only his penguin troupe to talk with. It would have been very easy for Ward and the other artists to make him a typical cartoon villain, but their decision to make him sympathetic was a great one on their part. Even Finn and Jake sometimes have a mutual respect for him, and his backstory might just be the most tragic in the series, especially how unaware he is of it. One of my favorite episodes of Adventure Time is the Christmas special, as we really see why Ice King is the way he is, and of course, it sheds even further light on the Mushroom Wars. Another major character with a lot of complexities to her is Marceline, a half-demon and half-vampire girl. She starts off as an antagonist of Finn and Jake, but the three of them eventually become good friends, and Finn does care about her as a special friend. She's probably the most intelligent character of the show, with the most knowledge of the Mushroom Wars, and can see the hurt in her through multiple episodes. A recent episode had her interacting with the Ice King, and it did an excellent job of peeking into that past. In a way, Marceline is the Ooo resident who has the most heart and care for everybody in the kingdom. However, my favorite character on the show is Beemo. A video game console and video player, Beemo is treated by Finn and Jake as a member of their little family rather than an object. Their adorable design and superb voice work by storyboard artist Nicky Yang just makes Beemo such a wonderfully likable character, and the best moments of a lot of episodes is whenever she's on screen. Without a doubt, one of the cartoon characters that always seems to leave a smile on my face. Pendleton Ward and his team are also always trying to mix things up a bit. In one episode, all the characters switch genders, and while this easily could have seemed like fan fiction, Fiona and Cake might just be one of the most enjoyable episodes. Interactions between Fiona the human and Cake the cat are really funny, and all the transformations made to the characters actually make sense. This episode was even popular enough that they're working on yet another gender-bending storyline. However, more often than not, the writers put story and character over humor, which is quite unique for animated shows. Oh, the show is quite funny, especially Jake's dialogue and Ice King's interactions with the penguins, but the most important element of Adventure Time's success is the layers of its stories. Being a post-apocalyptic setting, there's a sad undercurrent under the relative sweetness. In a way, this might be the most gutsiest series ever put on Cartoon Network, and considering what they've greenlit before, that's saying a lot. However, I'm glad they did, as this success took CN out of that brief, strange mindset that it should abandon animation and focus on game shows and sitcoms. Thank you, Pendleton Ward, and thank you, Adventure Time. I actually would like to see Adventure Time gain a full-length theatrical feature, animated of course. The complexities of the show would lend itself really well to a big screen tale, and I hope Warner Brothers considers greenlighting it one day. In conclusion, Adventure Time is one of, if not the best animated show on the air right now, and while it may seem odd and psychedelic at first, the world starts to actually make a lot of sense when you explore it further. See you next time.